of God, this is another moment of Get Me an Intercessor and Football Review, where we begin to hear the voice of God concerning what He wants us to do. And He also tells us what we should expect in the upcoming season. It's a very wonderful moment for us to not just be able to understand the prophetic. It is also a moment to let us know that God is interested in everything. I've had many people talk about the issue of football, and there's agitations of what concerns God with football, and I just laugh. If you had watched yesterday, you will see the new Chelsea defender talking about Jesus. This morning, the new signing of Barcelona, the guy that's moved from Barcelona, Araujo from Barca to Liverpool, carrying the scriptures on his pathway. You see now people are beginning to talk about the prophet and the prophetic and Jesus in games. So we are on it. All right. So of course, we know that we are going to be coming back every week to have our few reviews, and it's going to be a very awesome moment. So I want to answer your questions. I will use the next 10 minutes. We're not going to be long here. I'll use the next 10 minutes to answer your questions, and then use the next 10 minutes to give you some critical announcements, and then we'll begin to go. But before that, it's our honor and respect and value for the name of God to thank Jesus. So let's begin to type. I want to say this. Don't write out Chelsea from being the champions. Not because they'll be fantastic, but like I said, no, Pep is not coming back to Man City. All right, so we can begin to ask me your questions. Pep is not coming back to Manchester City, but you will find him coming to visit. You will find him coming to visit, but he's not coming back. But you will find him coming back to visit. And like I said, the cloth I said I saw Real Madrid. I saw Real Madrid, and where they had to cut the clothes into two. They gave Vinicius one, and they gave Mbappe one. Remember, I said that. And I said Vinicius is not going anywhere. So just ask me your questions in 5 minutes. And if you want me to, I've written down UK, I've written down USA, I've written down Germany, so that if you want me to visit your area, you can let me know. 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 I have a message for Chelsea fans. I don't know. I keep saying this. I feel they will get the team right. So I just feel they will get the team right. So I want to ask a question. Ask me your questions. I've talked about the La Liga, so you can just visit the La Liga. PSG versus Man U. When are they playing? So I said we need 50 names. Yes, Emmanuel Atto, I said Super Cup will be stretched, but I said PSG will have the day. And I've also given the total number of scoreline that will be there, so you can just go and look for it. You can just go and look for it. So we already have 10 persons in the group. So this 10 will start adding from today. We'll start adding from today. No, Maresca will not continue Pep's legacy. I said Man City is going to go back to where Man U were when Sir Alex Ferguson departed. That was what I saw. I saw them trying to move back, and the rope was held to them, and it was a pullback. So it's going to be a very hard next 3 seasons for them. MC Daniels, I've also given prophecy about the community shield. I said the difference is -1. There is nothing to do specially. A lot of people have been asking me that. There is nothing to do specially, but what I know is that there are moments that God asks me to make a statement, and the people that respond gets to the group. So I think there is no special thing to be done. I talked about Juventus and what they'll be carrying. I said they'll be appearing, and I even said you see them and you decide they beat Chelsea, but that is that. So Vinicius will not be joining Arsenal, like I said. He'll be staying in Real Madrid. And while I was praying, the Lord said to me that the movement of Rodri to Barcelona would begin to make Lamine Yamal to come into the best three in the world football. Yes, before the end of the transfer window, Man U will sign. I said Man U will make one statement signing again, one more signing. I said I saw two persons holding their flags. I've said that, so maybe many of us has not been following. Many of us have not been following. So Vinicius will not be going anywhere. And the Lord showed me Jose Mourinho, and I saw on his shirt, and what was written on the shirt, redemption. That was what was written on the shirt of Jose Mourinho. Redemption, 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 redemption. So that was what I saw. So the Lord is helping us. The Lord is helping us. I don't know why, but the Lord said to me again, Bayern should forget about the Champions League. So it's going to be a very serious period. And I want you to mark what I am saying. Vinicius and Mbappe will be exceeding their best personal performances this season. So we're going to be seeing that happening. We're going to be seeing that happening. We're going to be seeing that happening. So we already have 10 names. The 10 people, please, will be adding you up today. So please, we need 40 more persons. The moment we add you, you get your football jerseys. So when we have our meetings, you will come with your football jerseys. And we are going to draw a table. So the matches we are looking at, we'll draw a table, and then because I'm going to use that platform to train everyone that's going to be there, I'm going to use it to train them on the prophetic. So while we are having fun, we will also be growing spiritually. So the Wealthy Place Football Fan Zone is going to be a great place. So you're not just going to have fun about football. We are going to be trained on the prophetic. And I would also tell you how to pick these call lines in the realms of the spirit. So, but every week we pick some games, we look at the games in different leagues, and then we'll say the outcomes. And when the result is out, we are now able to say, okay, who got it right, who did not get it right. So at the end of the day, you see your position in the table, whether you're right, you're wrong. So we see it. So I'm gonna be training us on the realms of the prophetic. Pampe, I decree that money will not disappoint you in the day of battle. Oh, this prayer is strong. Now begin to type it on the screen. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Just begin to type that. Just begin to type that. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Money will answer me on the day of battle. Can you just begin to type that for me? Money will answer me on the day of battle. Money will answer me. Kaduski Valia Pampe. I decree by the authority of Jesus. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Libra doskiva hadis kavana talia. Melos kivana katalia skunderi katolia. Mambara katus kivelia, dos kivana katus. Mendos kivala katania barakutu brandis kivalia. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Mandos kivala katus kivana katusia. Mendovalia karatus kivana kata. Manda barasko veli kata. Zedi katono brandos kovalia. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Mendros kivalo katalia barakatania. Ishede katole brandos kovalia. Kele almost I decree, Pampe, I decree that by the authority of Jesus and by the voice of this sacrifice, that money will answer you on the day of battle. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Manda basku falakata. Alia kotaskia mandaskata. Aloy, I decree. Mandoski valia kataskia. Manda balia tosko valia katanwa. Mendosku vali katalia barakatuski valia. Nesku valia toska. Aloy, I decree that by the authority of Jesus, money will answer you on the day of battle. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Lekatoski vana katoli braduski vania. Lekatoski valia katuski vali katuski valia tanamanuskiva. Eliatoski vana kata. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Elis kavalia tuski vana kata. Zedika to braduski vane katalia. Zediato vana katuski valia. Mambala katuski va. Money will answer you on the day of battle. Money will. The Premier League is going to have a goal-breaking season. A goal-breaking season. And the Lord showed me in La Liga. You look at the first, second, and the third. You will see a much gap, like 10 points gap from the two persons at the top to the third person, and then the fourth person will be very far. The third person will be closer, but I'm seeing a high point gap, 10 point like that, high point gap between first, second, and then the people that are following. They're going to see it on the screen. You're going to see it on the screen. So, Moses, a meeting in Liverpool. And this is what I saw. Remember, I told you what is happening now to Liverpool. Remember, I told you. I am seeing a meeting and the board having to decide whether they will continue or they will not. And they are having a double mind. It's a board meeting with the coach. We've seen a board meeting. And then they are coming out to make a statement that we are backing him. Michael Carrick is not getting what he wants, but he's not complaining and he wants to manage. I saw him negotiating for the trophy. And then after a while, he accepts to exchange position. And I saw this in the realms of the spirit. And I want you to watch what I'm telling you now. Mourinho will need to call a meeting between the players, because I'm seeing where he's opening up for a certain level of pass, and he's not receiving those passes. Tomorrow's match will be a difference of 1. Man City will be backing Maresca, but I'm seeing a spell of 3 years. Man City will be backing Maresca, but I'm seeing a spell of 3 years. Masito Bebarke Mariska, but I see a spell of 3 years. So it's going to be a great one. And the Lord will blessing us. Mark the things that I say. Mark them. Now I want you to begin to cast your seed and begin to declare upon the seed. I'm just going to be here for the next 3 minutes and we are done. I will check if the situation will be able to be changed and I will get back to us. I want you to declare this, that money will answer me on the day of battle. Please, wherever you are, begin to give your seed right now on this declaration. Every declaration without a seed is a seed planted on the soil without water. Just begin to respond right now. You heard the testimony of our brother Derek, testimony of Dan, and many other testimonies.